Welcome back everybody, Natsu here once again, and we're gonna talk about the DNF Duel. This is gonna be my review of the game. We finally have the game. Everybody has the game right now in their hand, even though some people had it 1 week prior. I hate you guys, just but that's not your fault. That's just because of the mom and pops, and that's something that always happens. Anyways, so let's go. So, this game, this is something that I've been seeing from other, I won't say other reviews. What I'm gonna say is like reviews of the fighting game genre. They always say like, hey, oh, this game doesn't have modes, etc, etc. It feels use the arcade and fight against people. To me, I always say those reviews sucks because at the end of everything, a fighting game is about that, right? Now, this game has survival, arcade mode, story mode, replay mode, but, and let me explain, but, really big, is that, oh, they also have a collection that, you can like have art and shit, but the thing is that if you, like, if you compare it to Guilty Gear, Kingdom Fighters, Dragon Ball Fighters, Street Fighter 5, and what is it? I don't think Grand Blue has this, but the last games I'd say, Kingdom Fighters, Dragon Ball, Street Fighter, Kingdom Fighters, whatever, they have a replay, but you do not only have the option to see your fights, you can see the fights of other top players or ranking people, right? That are the leaderboards. In this case, that doesn't happen over here. And actually, you don't have an option to follow them, like. So even though you don't have the replay, so what the heck, follow them? It makes sense. But yeah, so the only way you can see fights outside of all your own plays or replays, right, is going to player rooms and spectate. Also, just so you know, I'm on this room. It takes a while to get in a room. Like, the connection is not good. This is an issue that been happening from the beta. They haven't fixed it. So yeah. Now you will see over here, you have the loading screen, etc, etc. But if the match is going underway before you went and see it, right, you will start seeing like everybody's moving way faster because the system is trying to synchronize what is happening on the actual match to what you're seeing. And this is something that, for example, Street Fighter 5 has done it also. I forgot the name of the other fight game that had this option also. I know Kingdom Fighter doesn't have it because Kingdom Fighter and other games will say, hey, there's a match playing right now, wait for it to finish, and then it will try to synchronize so you can everybody can see it, right? But that's not the case in the DNF Duel. Now, having said that, like I said, to try to get in a player room is a hassle. Even though you might have green bars or like the connection will show that it's okay, right? Also, this player matches that you're seeing, the replay will be saved automatically on your replay library, which is kind of weird. In my case, it's saying like, hey, you have already exceeded because I've been playing this game non-stop, right? So let me explain other things, right? The soundtrack of this game is, I like it, even though I would have liked them to go more like a Blast Blue, Guilty Gear way, because that technically the soundtrack's heavy metal, and I like rock and heavy metal, punk, alternative, etc, etc. But that isn't the case. They have more variety in this regard, and I understand it. It's a different game, a different IP altogether. I have no issue with that. Now, regarding player mode, which has the rooms, stuff like that, I think they need to fix that. There's connection issues, at least on my end. Maybe this is something happening to other people. Another thing that I want to mention is that on Ranked, it works perfectly. And when I say perfectly, is that I have been able to play with people from China, Korea, and Japan. and the delay has been, there's a delay, etc., etc. But the experience is something that, in all my years, as somebody that has been playing fighting games, my wet dream, and this might sound stupid, is that being able to play with people in Japan, Korea, etc. Because I love fighting games, right? And this Neko is superb. It can do that, right? Now, keep in mind, again, the game is a little bit simple, so maybe that's the reason why, it happens, right? Because if it was more like for example, Street Fighter 5, like footsies, it might be a little bit more difficult. But even though Capcom didn't try to fix that, they didn't care. But the DNF Duel, they have been trying to solve that, and also Arc System, right? Now, the only issues I have with Ranked is that, oh yeah, before I forgot, Ranked has an option that when you're waiting for a match, you can go to tutorials for a different character altogether, go to training mode, go to survival mode, which is something that I haven't seen in a while. And to be honest, excellent ranking system. I mean, Ranked, sorry. It allows you to wait, right? The player, they need to solve that. Even though I always like the lobbies, Grand Blue, Guilty Gear XR, I always like, Blast Blue. I always like that. The lobby in Guilty Gear Strive, I hate it, but I love this. I always thought it was a good option to use those kind of lobby. The issue was the Neko, right? And again, like I said, the Neko is beautiful. Now, having said that, is this game for you? I will summarize this in different ways. This game, I played in the beta. I played in the in 2 betas, right? This game is not Street Fighter. This game is not Grand Blue. This game is not Guilty Gear. This game is not King of Fire. If you like a game that allow you to go bonkers and you don't care about logic and whatever, right? This is your game. Now, having said that, keep in mind that when I say this is your game, are you willing to block for almost 15, 30 seconds, 20 maybe? Because the game, the balance of this game is what? Everybody is overpowered, and this is something that I always been like, I don't think that's always the case. But even though I might not agree with it, I think all the characters are fun. The only character that may be thinking that is not fun is the Enchantress, because I think she's way harder than she should be for this kind of game, right? Now, having said that, I know this game, the way that the balance is right now, people will start bitching about it. Because there's things that is just taken, just block it. And things that people have been saying, especially pro players, myself and other people, right, is that, hey bro, like, you should make it so that the like a guard cancel shouldn't be that heavier, like the requirements, like having 100 magic points. And the thing is that you need the 100 magic points. They didn't even care about it. Crusader is still busted. All the characters that from the beta are still busted. They don't have the infinities like the grappler, but they're still busted nonetheless. Now, do I expect this game to see I hope for? To be honest, I think this is gonna be the Grand Blue killer. But even though I think Grand Blue still has its niche market, because Grand Blue, at the end of everything, is a game that is more similar to Street Fighter. This game, DNF Duel, is like a Guilty Gear and BB Tag. Have a kid. Anyone retarded. I apologize for any people that have disability. I wasn't saying like stupid. I'm saying retarded, low tier retarded. Like, I'm gonna bitch and moan about this, and I want this and this, and that's what happened when you have fans saying, hey, I want this and that, right? Anyways, guys, that's gonna be the end of the video, because I have nothing else to say. So at the end, if you like this kind of gameplay, of like going full ham, buy the game. If you like more your balance time games like Street Fighter 5, I don't think this is your game. You should have tested in the beta to see if it was your you know, your kind of game, right? But anyways, as always, like and subscribe, more content that is coming up, and yeah, take care. See you next video. Oh, also, I'm gonna be more doing guides for this game and gameplay, right? As always. So anyways, see you in the next video. Bye bye.